If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Welcome to the Women in Vinyl podcast with Jen DiEugenio, founder of Women in Vinyl and contributor Robin Raymond. This podcast facilitates conversations with those working in the vinyl record industry to educate, demystify, and diversify the vinyl community.
Thank you for joining us on episode 60 of the Women in Vinyl podcast. Today, we're joined by everyone's favorite record dealer, Amanda Schutzman. Amanda literally grew up in a record store and is now the co-organizer of the Vinyl Revolution record show. She's a former board member of Women in Vinyl and an account rep with All Media Supply. With Record Store Day just around the corner, Amanda shares her expert insights on the most anticipated titles, pricing strategies, how to navigate the post-RSD flipping frenzy, and what she's been up to cataloging all the record stores across the country and in a city near you. This conversation is packed with valuable tips for collectors and stores alike. We hope you enjoy. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us some comments below. Also, check out our resources, our women-owned record store list to support not only your local record store, but a women-owned one near you. We'll also leave information in the show notes about Amanda's wonderful website with all of the record store maps in your area. Enjoy! Amanda's back!
It's back. Amanda Schutzman!
Hey.
Do we call you Amanda Schutzman still? You didn't change your name, did you?
I'm hyphenated now.
Oh.
I'm hyphenated
She's a multi-hyphenate. She does it all. I mean.
But my last name with my face is still so confusing to people that adding Murray to it is just like, no. You're not white. No. So I just stay with Schutzman. Yeah. Let's not make it harder for people.
True.
Well, we know who you are, and everybody listening knows who you are. But maybe you could tell people if this is their first episode.
Who are you?
If this is your first episode.
How did you get here? Who are you?
You better start catching up. So I am Amanda Schutzman. I've worked at record stores most of my life. My father owned a store in the 80s and 90s to about 2008, which coincidentally was literally the first record store day ever. We closed. Then I went on to being the manager. I was the buyer at a store. I've just been doing everything. And now I'm on the wholesale side and I work for a one-stop distributor, second largest in the US, which is the way I like it. Don't want to be number one. Never want to be number one.
I like being number one.
So yeah, I am a sales rep for about 200 stores and I love it.
And you do it so well.
Yeah.
I try.
You do. Yeah.
I like the little guys, though. If you're a big account, don't give them to me. I like the little guys. I like the ones that just slide under the rug.
Well, and we're recording this ahead of Record Store Day. We're actually going to drop the episode just a little early in time for RSD because it's 2 weeks early this year.
It is very early this year. Yeah, so it's the 12th and it's usually around the 20th. So they have forced us right out of Black Friday into another record store day like it never even happened. But I'm excited. The list looks great this year. Stores seem to be excited. Customers are excited. So happy to get right back into it.
That's awesome.
I love that.
What are some
maybe it's different on your side of the border, but I'm not that excited about it this year.
I think the list it's good. I mean, usually I'm a lot more excited, but I'm just boring old Amanda who listens to Judas Priest every year, year after year after year. So the live 82 this year is really exciting because it's the Screaming for Vengeance tour. The cover's terrible. Don't know if you've seen it. Not nice. But it's a lot of pop stuff. I've noticed like the Gracie Abrams real big hit with people. Shouldn't be that hard to find. I did list like maybe 5 or so titles that I wanted to mention that were like they're going to be harder to find, they're going to be easier to find, they're going to be really limited. So I did make notes on all that.
Yeah,
which is great. I mean, hot tips, shopping list. We love it.
Yeah.
We love
I know.
the insider's guide.
I was scanning the list now. We'll put it in the show notes. I was like, I know there's got to be a Motorhead, and I know there's got to be a Cure. So let's see.
Same old Cure picture disc that you've been waiting for.
For not.
Yeah.
George Harrison's your last episode with Zoetrope Guy. Super cool. Loved it.
Yeah.
So they're doing like a triple LP Harrison All Things Must Pass Zoetrope set, which I think looks really cool. So obviously all the Beatles nuts will go for that. The Oasis box set is going to be very limited. I think they're making, like a couple thousand, I'm sorry, but there's going to be like only 1,000 in the US. So, I mean, we have 1,000 accounts just in our company alone.
Totally.
I have a feeling most stores are just going to get 1 or 2. And stores have been going in like 10, 30. Most likely everyone's going to get cut to 1 or 2.
Well, how does that work? I feel like a lot of places are like very upset about RSD and not getting titles, and fans get mad. And so how does that work
So I don't know how it works at every distributor, but we do try to be fair. I don't know if you remember that mega Mars Volta box set that came out a few years ago that I spent half my rent on, but for some reason they just really didn't make enough. And I know that Record Store Day, it's more about, they're limited titles. That's the point. You're supposed to run out to your store and grab them. The Sabrina Carpenter 7-inch, the Chapel Rowan 7-inch from a few years ago, every store got like 1 or 2, and that was it. I had a girl grabbing my ankles at the door saying, if I don't get this, I'm going to die. I'm like, okay,
whoa,
I'll just make sure you get it. But it's,
there's an AED located just inside the counter. Thanks, ma'am.
She was the last person. We only got 4 of that chapel. She was the last person to get it. And I still think about her at night. Like, I'm so proud. But yeah, we try to be fair.
Fight for it though. Like, here, I'm going to dangle this above. Little squid game for you.
But I think that's what's great about record store people and customers and stuff. Like, you get to know the line kind of as you're standing there. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? And once we all kind of poured in there, people are throwing things up, and it's not always for them. It's for the guy that was behind them, which I think is really cool.
Do you guys do a limited number of people in the shop when you open?
Needle and Groove kind of had to, because we're just small. So we'll we try to get as many rows as we can going, so that instead of letting in like 3 people for 3 rows, now we have 5 people for 5 rows. So we do try to get like 5 people in at a time, grab what you want, and then shop the rest of the store, and we let in more people.
Right.
But in terms of limited allocations for record stores, if you ordered 50 of them, or you ordered 2 of them, if it's really super limited, every store is getting 1. I mean, I don't know how it works with like other distributors, but we try to be extremely fair to just, if you ordered it, you're at least getting 1 or 2.
Yeah.
No matter how big your store is. But it kind of depends on the pressing. So that goes for Elvis Costello this year as well. Everyone has been asking about the Elvis Costello, which I was really surprised about. But it is direct through Third Man. And this is the one title on the list that you really can't get from a one-stop. So unless you're a store who has a direct account with Third Man, you're probably not going to be able to get it. I think we're getting 350 copies split between all distributors, one-stop distributors. So you might not get it from me.
And and for all of the people that are listening that are from Canada, that's not even on the Record Store Day Canada list. So I
did want to talk to you about that too.
Period.
If there were any like Canadian releases you were very excited about.
I mean,
I didn't look at the list yet this year. I know that 2 UK titles
Yeah.
were added to the US list, which I think are exciting.
Hmm.
But a lot of the UK stuff we can't get here.
Yeah,
So,
totally. Yeah. I mean, I'll be in the UK for Record Store Day this year, which I'm actually pretty excited
ooh,
about.
that's lucky.
Be in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, screw
So
you, Jen.
the boss is going on vacation finally.
Damn.
Let's not dull the sparkle on that
Just
one. I
just
feel like it's
twist
been
the
a
knife.
while.
Uh,
Oh,
Heads up about the Taylor Swift, all you Swifties out there. This will not be hard to find. They're
oh, is
making
it is it one of those ones where they're going to do another 75,000 copies of something? Because
yep,
like, what is the point then?
yep, it is. I think exactly 75,000 copies. So if a store orders like 100 because they think they're going to get 20, they're
Yeah,
going to have a rude awakening when they
they're going to get
receive all
100. Yeah,
100.
totally.
So I've
Yeah,
been telling stores not to overorder on that. You will get it.
totally. I mean, the one that I might venture into a record store on that day for is the Him picture disc because I love him.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
That's cool.
I love him. And I mean,
All the things that I'm excited about aren't exciting other people. I've had
Mhm.
2 stores out of my 200 stores
Mhm.
order the Wreckers title that came out in like
Oh,
2006.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I love Michelle Branch. Sue
Yes,
me.
you do. Yes, you do.
I love that girl.
Yes, you
Um,
do.
I don't like a lot of country, but that pop country record is perfect
Mm.
from start to finish. So I'm really happy they're finally putting that out as an
Yeah, like
LP. I only had the CD.
I
So
mean, I feel like yeah, there's just like kind of like there's always I mean like that Dolores O'Riordan one that looks pretty cool too, just because she's a boss. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. The Post Malone record is kind of interesting just because like he's doing a cover record of Nirvana songs, so that's pretty
yeah.
cool too, I guess. But which is kind of I feel like what the spirit of Record Store Day was when it was like the original, where it was like, let's do something weird. Let's do a
Hmm.
covers record. Let's do, because it just to me, I mean, maybe this is me just like being a grouchy old person, but like it just seems like the same thing every year.
Well, it is.
And it
You're
just
getting
like
the Doors 4 LP set every year.
great a
I mean, that's
Grateful
what you're
Dead
getting.
thing, a Zeppelin thing, a Motorhead thing,
Yep.
like
A Priest
uh
thing. Well, the Sweet Desolation Boulevard, I don't want to talk smack on because it's
no,
demos
that's
and it
fine.
looks kind of cool.
Yeah, no,
But
like that's
I mean,
kind of
there's
cool. Like
deeper-
demos is cool.
That's cool. But it's
uh,
a 50th anniversary, so
Yeah. But
yeah,
like
a lot of the stuff that I get excited about is like that mid 2000 stuff that you just don't see that often. So like
mhm,
um
totally.
Jet Get Born, they're doing the demos for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone liked that record. I liked it all the way through.
I
Not just the hit.
yeah, but I mean like you're gonna see Chet Baker, you're gonna see Mingus, like it's just gonna be but
Few
like you see
Mingus. Few
yeah,
Mingus this
but
time around.
you see a Chet Baker record like every single release order too.
Hmm.
Like it's just
Bill
like
Evans, Thelonious
yeah,
Monk, the jazz
totally.
guys, it's
Fun
very
rock.
standard every single year.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Sabbath record, Jen?
It's not Aussie era.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very late, right? It's like
Yeah.
your 16th or something, studio
It,
album?
I believe it's a
Yeah.
Tony Martin one, right? Like I think that's
Yes.
so.
No.
All of those people have at it. Stay off my back.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's always like, "What do you think about Tony Martin era?" I'm like, I don't think about it. So we can say that right now.
I love it. I am here for it.
But yeah,
I do love I mean the Chris Isaac record is kind of exciting for me. Just because it's like all those like Sun recordings, so it's kind of a cheeky covers record. So and I mean Chris Isaac can do no wrong in my mind. So that's kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a
What
lot
else?
of new record stores opening up every year.
Mhm.
So and Record Store Day, believe it or not, has been doing a pretty good job of going through the submissions. Um, and a lot of record stores don't really know the rules of how to apply for Record Store Day correctly. So
Mhm.
as soon like before they open, they're applying for, to become a pledge store and stuff like that. You have to be open. Your doors have to be open. You have to have a brick and mortar address. You can't share a location with like a barber shop. You have to be a standalone. You have to be open 40 hours a week. There's a lot of requirements that go into being a record store day store.
Yeah.
And you have to read your email, which a lot of people don't do. So do all of that
Do those
before you
things.
apply. Yes.
Are there other stipulations like that? Like,
There's a lot.
yeah.
And they only go through submissions twice a year. So anyone that applied between January and June this year aren't
Mhm.
going to get approved until for Black Friday, like at the end of this year. So
Oh
don't
wow.
expect to get an answer right away from Record Store Day. There's like three people who are Record Store Day. It's Carrie and Mike and someone else looking through like thousands of submissions, and a lot of them don't meet the criteria. So
Right.
don't expect to just get an answer right away. It's not a huge team of people doing this. It's really like two or three people looking at all these submissions.
Yeah.
Once approved, they can host Record Store Day however they want, right? So
Yes.
so theoretically, like we were going to talk about flippers a little bit during this, they
Mhm.
can say like you can only have one title, like
Yeah.
one per.
And
Mhm.
Generation, when I was working at that huge store in Manhattan, I mean, we would get boatloads. I mean, Generation would order 50 copies of something. We would
Mhm.
still limit one release per customer because it's just what's fair is fair.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the day, I mean, they loosen those restrictions because they have stuff kind of left that they didn't know they were going to have. So,
Mhm.
like a father and daughter come in, we're not going to say no. Just, you could get two. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mobius did something like that in Fairfax, where that was like our shop when we lived in DC.
That's
And
my boss's favorite shop is
yeah,
Mobius.
Mobius is great. The owner's fantastic. And so what they would do is they would actually stand behind a table of the Record Store Day titles, and you would have to tell them like these are the ones I want, and then they would pick them for you.
See,
So
I
I
always
kind of
loved
like
that. I
that.
loved
I
doing that.
love
Like,
that.
I love the idea of that. You
Mhm.
just need a very competent staff to
yeah,
pull something like that off, which unfortunately, sorry, record stores, you don't always. You don't always have a competent staff. So it is tough to
True.
do, but it does make sense. It makes the most sense.
yeah, and it was really smooth because you would just get in, get what you wanted, and then people could shop, but it wasn't like chaos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I went to
Searching for everything, looking through,
yeah,
flipping, flipping, flipping,
my sister
flipping.
and I went to Record Store Day in 2008 in New York,
Mhm.
2008, 2009, and it was mayhem. I mean, just like people shoving and elbowing and like, I mean, just insanity.
And because stores kind of do it however they want, depending on the store you go to, I mean, Newberry Comics is a chain, but they're not publicly traded, which is another stipulation to staying a record store day pledge store. You can kind of become the biggest chain you want, but
Mhm.
if unless you're publicly traded, you can stay an independent
Right.
brick and mortar record store day pledge store. So Newberry, their favorite thing to do is just to hide. They just hide things. There's
Yeah.
like 7 inches on the wall, and there's 7 inches in the bin, and then there's L over here, but there's M on the wall, and it's just like, dude, just come on,
Yeah.
buddy, put it in one place.
Yeah.
So it's like a scavenger hunt in Newberries, and it's rough on people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean,
That
that's
sounds stressful. I'd be sweating.
yeah, it's
And
it
for like no reason. I would be like, I don't even want a record here. I just what?
yeah, well, because I there's not much on the island. On Long Island, there's like maybe only five record store day stores. The rest are just, I mean, we have like 15 stores in total, but only five participate.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to take anything from my customers. I just felt bad. I was like, well, I mean, at this point, I wasn't working for a distributor, and what we got is what we got.
Yeah.
And I couldn't like order on the side for myself like I kind of do now. So I would go to Newberry in the morning because that was like the only other option I had. They were the only store that opened at 8 a.m.
Oh
And at
wow.
that point, we were opening at 10. So I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? I'm just going to get online with all the common folk and I'm going to get what I want, just so that I didn't have to take it from our stock and our customers and stuff like that. So I went through the scavenger hunt
Mhm.
for the good of the people.
I mean, you've always been, you know, one to do everything for the common,
I try.
the unwashed masses. This is your champion. In the stacks, taking like the norms. I love it. I mean, I kind of am like I kind of miss the anticipation of record store day, like from working at the store. I kind of like miss being there a little bit, but and like doing the video and being like, here's what we got, and like it's gonna be so fun and all that kind of stuff. Like those conversations on the day were always really fun too. I was just like kind of wanting to make it like a little bit bigger. Like I'm like Sonic Boom in Toronto. Oh, they have like a performance space and they always have bands and food and like other stuff to keep you engaged.
It's a real event.
And their footprint is huge. They're the biggest record store in Canada. So I mean that's saying something because Canada's very big.
Very big.
But yeah, I mean it just feels like they just, I don't know, not care more, but like are optimizing the space that they have and being like, woo woo, like let's do a thing. We've got 3 floors of stuff. And
wow, do they really?
Yeah, well, less three floors, more 2 floors plus like a little balcony type section.
Okay.
But yeah, like the whole lower level is where they have record players along the one side. They have a bunch of used in the middle, and then they have some new as well. And then on the upper level is like the checkout, and it's beautiful, and it's like exposed brick and like some neon and like big windows and all that kind of stuff. But in there they have like a stage on that upper level. So you can have like a full-on show, and they still do, and they do like release things with local bands and like bigger bands and whatever.
That's very cool.
Yeah, last year when I did a bunch of singles for the Arkells, they did like an in-store signing, and there was like people all the way down the block and stuff. And
I love that.
They have a 7-inch record dispenser.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
It's called a I think it's called a phonomat or a vinyl mat, and it's you like put a token in and you turn the thing and you get a 7-inch record out of it.
That's so fun.
It's so cool. I think it's the only one that exists in Canada. I can't remember a guy that I was making a couple of records with a couple of years ago. He actually like made it. He made the machine. So
oh wow.
Yeah. So
I haven't been to Toronto since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And when we'd go on vacation, my dad felt really bad dragging me around to other stores since I spent so much time in his.
He's like, this is a vacation for you. You're like, yes, it is. Let's go.
So I just really didn't get to hit any stores in Toronto. I recently went to Montreal and did a lot of the shops there, and they were great.
Yeah, Montreal's a great spot. It's very much the European version of Canada.
It's real artsy.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And they just got for my people 70 centimeters of snow. For your people it's almost 3 feet.
Oh,
in like 4 days. Yeah.
Oh boy. No thanks.
Yeah.
It's cold enough here in New York.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with record store day. Hopefully that all goes away so people can walk on the sidewalks and go and get to and fro. But yeah, I mean Toronto's cool. Is there places in that you're buying for that do like bigger events like that?
Oh yeah. Like I said, I don't have a lot of bigger stores. I do try to take on like really small accounts.
Yeah.
So that I know that they're being taken care of, because I feel like a lot of smaller stores are just kind of overlooked. Totally. And I want to give them like all of the attention that you would give to a giant store.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I just want to know what people are doing that is not just like ordering a thing and getting people to come. That's what I'm passionate about for Record Store Day. I want to know what the extras are. Do you have a popcorn machine?
I mean, we have a store near us, like Looney Tunes. They make a whole big thing out of it. I'm sure Grimey's in Nashville, they definitely make a big thing out of it.
Cool.
there's more than a few stores that make it's a full day event.
Mm-hmm.
And I even like the idea of people who don't participate in Record Store Day, like a non-participating store, just having like a blowout sale.
Totally.
Because I mean that matters too. Not everyone's into Record Store Day exclusives. They want a good deal and they want a good day to shop for records. So people that put out, even people like Plaid Room that have that big warehouse now. It's just sick to see just putting out as much stuff as you can and having people just come dig for the day.
Totally.
Considered a faux pas to put out your record for Store Day if it's not a Record Store Day title, because I see that a lot on my side of things, like trying to capitalize on Record Store Day, so their release date is like for Record Store Day, but it's not
recognized, not listed.
Yeah.
It's like a bootleg Record Store Day sort of thing.
Well, Black Friday is pretty annoying for that for me on my side, just because it's a regular street date. So you're kind of dealing with all of these things that have a regular street date on top of all the Black Friday releases. Whereas if it's Record Store Day, it's Record Store Day, it's a Saturday. There's nothing else coming out. So you know it's a Record Store Day title.
Yeah.
I would say my one big pet peeve with stores is trying to sneak in old RSD pieces with the stuff from this year. That is, stop. Just don't do that. Put them, in a back row, put them next to your new Record Store Day stuff, 20% off, whatever. Don't mix them in and just try to fool people into thinking it's a release from today. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to you. Your customers are going to feel duped. Not interested in that behavior at all.
Love End of an Ear here. That's my favorite shop here. And they do that. They set them aside. They're like, while you're shopping for RSD,
which is great.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah. I mean, I love that idea. I just don't like the idea of like just filing them in with, everything that came out that day. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very particular though. I don't like used mixed with new. That kind of makes me crazy. I understand it makes sense sometimes for customers to just say like, I can't find a used copy of this, but in the same section, there's the new reissue of it. I get that. I'm just very neat. I like things really neat. I don't like mixed new with used. I like everything separate. I'd rather check for the Stooges in two different places than no.
Yeah, I'm with you. How can collectors find the participating stores in their area? Is there a list of Record Store Day participating places?
Yeah, you can go like on Record Store. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you guys all have your own websites. So there's Record Store Day UK, there's Record Store Day CA, which is Canada, and then there's recordstoreday.com where you can just check for all the US stores. It's as easy as just typing in your zip code or your city and seeing all of the participating stores. And if there's a P next to it, that means they're participating. If not, they're like a pledge store. If not, they were listed from a few years ago, but they don't participate anymore. So you may see a name on the list and say like, oh, yeah, they're going to have it. They don't always have it. And there are a lot of stores that, decide that the list is too long. It's too overwhelming. We don't have the funds for it. And so they decide not to order. So it's best to check the list and then call the store and just double check what they ordered or if they ordered.
You keep referencing the pledge for Record Store Day stores. Can you tell the good people what the pledge is and why that is important and
it is
how that is a differentiator?
So I feel bad because a lot of stores, like I said before, do not check their emails. So if you get approved for Record Store Day, that's great. You can tell everyone in the world that you got approved for Record Store Day. If you don't sign the pledge, you're not a Record Store Day store. So you have to immediately go onto the website, sign the pledge, which is basically just agreeing to a whole bunch of terms like we're not going to gouge prices, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, and just kind of follow the rules and you're fine. That's really all it is. It's just making a promise that you're not an asshole.
Ta-da!
Hey,
can we get that to be like a global thing? Like, is there some
can we all sign the pledge?
Humanity pledge that we can make?
Talk about pricing for this, but I do want to mention that our women-owned list on Women in Vinyl does ask people who sign up for that if they're a Record Store Day pledge store. So people can also search that if they want to support women-owned shops.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
That are also pledged.
I believe Vertical House. Vertical House is on that
email.
list. Vertical House is a very cool store. They are my account, but they order mostly from my competitor, so I don't get to talk to her all that much. But she has a great Record Store Day event as well. Like it's definitely good to check the Women in Vinyl site for women-owned stores. Loud Pizza, they do a lot of cool stuff, and they also own the Salt Shed, so they do a lot of, listening parties and
cool.
Yeah.
And so how does work on RSD titles?
Okay, so pricing is pretty it's simple. But Record Store Day doesn't come out with the MSRP until it's kind of too late for stores. A lot of stores want to know, like, what am I going to put this out for? They might know the price of what they're buying it for, but you do need to stick to a specific MSRP that Record Store Day gives you, which is a manufacturer retail suggested price. If you go 20% above that and they find out about it, they will not allow you to participate ever again. So you have to stay within at least 20% of the MSRP.
Just like buying a car.
Yeah. I mean, I have an ASRP list. I make it as soon as the list drops. That way, if stores are like, well, if I'm buying this for this amount, what am I charging my customers? It's a little scary that you can't do the math, sweetheart.
And you're in business,
but
running a store.
But
How do
I do
do
have
this?
ASRPs, which is Amanda's suggested retail price. And
I love that.
I have an ASRP list I'm happy to give to stores if they need it.
Yeah.
Of course you do. That's awesome.
Of course you do.
You gotta have it,
She's a gift with purchase, ladies and gentlemen. Truly.
Yeah, stores have a lot of questions like that. Allocations, like what should I expect about this title? Padding your order is a really big question that I get.
Like
It's
ordering 8 so that you get 3.
Right. What I try to tell people, it's okay to, pad it a little bit, but please don't order 50 if you want 10. Especially if we don't know how many we're getting, if we don't know how limited it is. Usually they're on the Record Store Day site, it'll tell you how many it's limited to, but sometimes it doesn't. Don't just assume. Don't assume you're going to get cut. Sometimes you get your full fill, and it's okay to, I don't want 5 of these, I just want 3. That's actually great for me because I guarantee you I know another store who would love those 2.
Right.
So I always tell them it's kind of a win-win to pad your order a bit because you might be helping a friend down the road who didn't get as much as they wanted. So,
right. So like with respect to Recordland, like we would put the list up. Like I would put it on the Instagram or whatever, or tell people like, here's where the list is. And we'd make like the differentiation where we're like, we are in Canada, so you need to look at this one. And then like, I don't know how other stores were doing it, but I was like, message me so that we can kind of figure out what the general population like wants. Like there were a few heavy hitters, so we're like, oh yeah, like we obviously like you have to get Taylor, you have to get Chapel, like you have to get those ones. But like, how are your stores figuring out what to order? Because that
a lot
that
of
in
people
itself is just like, it was so chaotic.
Yeah.
Managing expectations for like a limited product is just like,
oh boy, yeah,
bamboozling.
So a lot of my stores choose social media. Like they'll post, hey, the list is up. Let us know in the comments what you want. To me, that just seems bananas. There's going to be so many people commenting that aren't coming to your store. They're just like saying things to say things. I don't really want someone's opinion from Arkansas if I'm in New York. I'm sorry. I just don't. You're not coming to my store. So what I do is make a Google form. And I'll send that out to stores and say like, if you want, just link this to make a copy, link this to your website with like, your logo and have them just fill
it
out a
out.
form,
Yeah.
online, which I think
That's smart.
honestly is the best way. So when
That's
I'm
smart.
going through my order, I do this with a few stores that just use my Google Doc. You'll see like 29 requests for Gracie Abrams, 22 requests for Taylor Swift, 3 requests, all the way down, so that you can account for that when you're doing your order.
That's a great idea.
That is the way to do it. Is a
Absolutely.
Google form.
Yeah. Use the
Easiest
tools
way.
that we have. Yeah. No, that's a great suggestion. If there's record store people out there that aren't part of the Schutzman team already, I mean, I'm sure you could
I got a form for you, babe.
message our girl and she'll hook you up with all the administrative tools that you need. Just check your email.
I do that all within like the week that the list is dropped. Like my ASRP list, my Google form, it's all kind of made and put in a folder. And what I should do is link it to my website.
Yeah.
I don't, but
That's okay.
I mean, I do have that on my site. Like I have a special order form that you can make a copy of for just your everyday special orders. I have an expense report that you can use for like buying used LPs, new LPs, however you want to do it. You can steal all my docs. They're public.
Hey, vinyl lovers, industry pros, and friends. If you're in the business of making records, you already know that things are changing fast. Making Vinyl 2025 is where we figure out what's next together. This year, we're headed to Memphis to talk about real solutions, new technology, smarter strategies, and fresh ways to grow in an industry that's evolving every day. The topics of making vinyl are covering everything from pressing innovations, sustainability, marketing, quality control, and the future of vinyl itself. And the best part is that you'll be in a room with people who are shaping the industry, the ones who get it. Making Vinyl 2025, Memphis, Tennessee. Don't just keep up, be part of what's next. Register now and we'll see you there. And we're back.
And we're back.
Hey.
Hey.
So let's talk about the titles that people should know about, because we were going to talk about flipping and that. So what titles should people know that they don't need to like hurry up and get?
Number one is going to be the Taylor. The Taylor Swift is going to be pretty easy to find. Every record store is going to order it by the boatload, and every store is going to get it by the boatload. So don't worry. I mean, this is the one thing I'm going to stress. Please just go to your record store the day of. I do have, and he's one of my favorite people, and he's one of my accounts, and he may be listening, and I'm sorry to put you on blast, but please stop telling people to go on Discogs like the day later, because the prices are going to drop to wholesale. And so you own a record store, dude. I know that you think you're a man of the people, but that's not helping stores at all.
No.
Go get what you want day of, pay the retail price. It's okay. It's supporting the store that you're going to go back to next year and the year after that, and they're going to take care of you. We can't, so the one main thing about record store day is that we're not allowed to hold anything. So I know that you think you're special, and you are, but I can't hold things for you, even if you're my favorite guy on the planet. So just go in and grab it that day. The one thing that is probably going to become very expensive online is going to be the Elvis Costello and the Oasis. And I say that just because I think most stores aren't going to get the Elvis Costello unless they have a direct account with Third Man. And the Oasis, there's just not enough to go around. It is going to be an expensive title. I think it's a 4 LP set. So it might be really expensive the day after. Just don't feed into the flippers. Please don't do that. And most likely the flippers aren't going to be able to buy a lot of them anyway. If you're an Oasis fan and you immediately flip it, who are you? I mean, it's a cool set. Just keep it.
It's also a title that we're not getting in Canada. So,
is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
I
forgot what they said. Like it was like 3,000 worldwide.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list right now, and there's no Oasis on here.
I think, well, obviously the UK is going to get it, the lump sum of it. So I'm sure maybe 2,000 for the UK and 1,000 for the US.
Yeah.
Which is not nearly enough. There's 1,000 participating record stores.
But I mean, like going back to like pricing just for a hot second, like those box set prices are getting like a bit steep though.
Yeah, and I want to say it's, the packaging is getting better and better too. I mean, they're more elaborate. You are paying
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Kind of sort of for what you're getting. So 4 LPs, but every LP is a gatefold inside this, fancy box. And I think one of them's coming with like a 100-page book and all this stuff.
Wow.
I think the new Rush box set is coming out with like a 100-page hardcover book. And it's like 6 LPs, 4 CD set, hardcover book, 2 lithos, you name it, it's got it. So all those Rush heads will go crazy for it. But
totally. Which is, I mean, that's so fine. But I mean, like, that was one of the things that kept the record store, like Recordland, from ordering some of those titles for Record Store Day, because they're just like,
they're exuberant. Yeah.
Nobody in our market is going to pay like $160 for a 4 LP box set or whatever, or 300 or whatever, just because.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people blame the store for that, like they're gouging us, but you're not. I mean, it's like $90 for us and $120 for you, so we're only making $30.
Yeah,
off that one title, and most likely we're only getting 1 or 2. Yeah. Charlie XEX, there's 2. There's 2 titles. One's a 7-inch, one's an LP. I think it's Number One Angel is going to be the full length. Probably won't be very hard to get, but the 7-inch is with Billie Eilish, who is hot right now. So most likely that will be gouged as well.
Right.
Just be careful. There's certain things that you're going to want to go out and get day of. Make sure you check what it's limited to and go get it.
And is that always, and like for those people that, I mean, because sometimes that is available on the list and in the
it is
almost all links.
Of them. Yep.
I mean, that also seems to be a little bit regional. I feel like the US list is maybe a little bit more imbued with information than the Canadian list is. So, I mean, unfortunately, that's, the only place that they can kind of get that information. There's no other places that would have that kind of knowledge, right?
Right. And then there are a lot of things. I mean, the Taylor Swift, I don't think it is listed how many it's limited to. I don't think they want you to know that. But most likely your record store does know that. So it's okay. I mean, that's their job. Call and bother your local record store and just ask them questions. Do you know what this is going to be limited to? Do you know how many you've ordered versus what you're going to get? Even if they don't know just yet, they should have a basic idea.
Right.
So bother us, please. I mean, bother me. Find me on Instagram and bother me about it.
Looking at the list too, it has a key on it where it's like E is exclusive releases, L is limited run / regional focus. Like, what does that mean to people? How do they know if it's in their region? Would that just be contacting your shop as well?
Yes. Yeah. Contact your shop. If it's an RSD first, that just means it's going to come out again, maybe, on a different color or just standard black. So it is
in another couple weeks or whatever.
Maybe in the next few months. And there are some that they don't ever come back, but they just, anticipated that they will be released again. So most people that see like RSD first on the list don't go crazy. Like, I don't need this specific copy. And that goes back to the Sabrina Carpenter and the Chappell Roan 7 inches from a few years ago where everyone got 1 or 2. They're selling direct to consumer on their site by the boatload right now. So it's not hard to get. It was just hard to get in that color. I hate to admit it, but I do really love Sabrina Carpenter. I think she looks like a Barbie doll and she's just so cute. So I did wind up getting her 7-inch, but I got it on sparkle pink. It just wasn't that record store day one. So yeah, keep an eye out. If it says first, don't kill my firstborn child for it. It's coming back.
Don't even put that out here right now. You psycho.
You're gonna get it.
These people can be a little unhinged, Amanda. Please.
Listen, hey, I know. I know it.
Yeah.
No, but
True.
I think it's okay. Like I think most of the time if it's an RSC first, what you're getting is it's either like a specific color or it might have like a signed insert or something very cool in it that you can't get with the standard pressing. But if
Mhm.
what you want is the music, don't go crazy, you know. Regional releases, yes, call your local store, and if it's an RSC exclusive, get it while it's hot because it might not,
Mhm.
you might not see it again.
Mhm.
So, with flippers, how can we deter them? What can we do as a community to say enough's enough?
Don't buy them. Um, Honestly, I think my one thing, and I have been doing it for quite some time, I will buy up like 5 copies of something that I know is going to go online for a lot of money. So I'm trying to think of what it was. It wasn't it might have been Taylor Swift Long Pong Sessions,
Mhm.
um, which was online for like $1,000 or something like that. And there was a Taylor Swift 7-inch a few years ago. Um, that we got really lucky as a distro to get like a few extra 100 copies after the fact, and they were online for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
It was a $16 7-inch wholesale. Um, and a lot of my stores, you know, were like jumping at it, and I was really excited. And Needle and Groove had gotten an additional 10 copies.
Mhm.
So what I did, the owner's still mad at me about it, was I didn't give him any of those copies. I bought them with my own money and then I shipped them out for free, for anyone who was looking for them. So just don't buy them from the flippers. Don't do it. And the prices are eventually going to come down and they're going to be reasonable. It's the fact that people buy them that they know they can get away with it.
Yeah,
So
because as soon as
I would say don't do that
as
and
soon,
just try to get it that day.
yeah, because as soon as that Discogs median price is 200, 500, then people are just like, cool, that's how much
That's
it costs.
that's what it goes for.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not true. And
Yeah.
I think in order to deter them is that make sure they're not the first person online. Make sure you're in line too. Make sure that the fans get them first because it's a lot of
Mhm.
those people that like they go to the store because I hate to say it, you're lazy and you don't want to do that, so you wait for it to show up online the next day.
Yeah.
Just beat them at their own game and go get what you want and get it before them so they're shut out.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't buy anything on Discogs the next day for $75 if you know it cost 24.99 that day in the store. Just save yourself the hassle and
Mhm.
drive to your local store and get it.
Yeah. You mentioned that you get a lot of inquiries from record stores and things, and that you were surprised with some of the questions that you get. I mean, without naming names,
Oh,
can you?
I'd love to name some names.
I know you would. I'm trying to protect you here, girl.
Um, so
Can you share some of the, I mean, some of the regular FAQs and some of your like really
so
questions?
I have a lot of stores that want to wait until everything comes in to the distributor and they ship everything at once. And I know that that's easier on the store in terms of pricing everything. You get it all in one lump sum,
Hmm.
but that is not how it comes into distros. We're getting shipments, pallets, of stuff that's not record store day, that is record store day.
Hmm.
Um, it's really hard for us to just kind of prioritize all the record store day pieces that are coming in at once. So it's better for us to ship you things as it comes in. Take the small batches as they come. No one's perfect, and that goes for shipping labels as well.
Hmm.
So when we get in, let's say we're supposed to get 1,000 and we only get in like 996, those 4 copies that are in our system are fictional copies. They don't exist. So
Hmm.
if you're like the last store to ship out those copies, what might be on your shelf isn't coming to you. Like they're gone already. So it's best to just take it when it comes in.
Right.
So that is my advice to stores that want to wait for everything at once. Don't do that.
Hmm.
Um, just take your small shipments, price them, put them in a box alphabetically, and wait for your next shipment. Do not wait to get everything at once. Credit terms is another big question that I get. In terms of applying for like a credit line as a store, make sure you get all of your information to me early. If you've put in a $15,000 order and you want $10,000 credit line or something like that, I can't know the week before. Oh, can I just get $10,000? No. That has to go through accounting, and I'm not that guy. So yeah, please just be as direct with your reps as possible. If you need a credit line, if you have any questions just about like when we start shipping, keep in mind you don't pay until we ship.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
It's not like I'm just going to charge you $15,000 once you place your order. We don't know how many we're going to be able to give you to begin with. You could order 15 copies and get 7. So we're not going to charge you off the bat for 15 copies. So you pay as you ship. My suggestion would be, instead of paying by credit card, to pay ACH, which is a bank transfer. That way you're not paying any
interest.
Yeah. Anything like that. I mean, I know it's easier to put it on a credit card and pay it back 30 days later. I totally get that. That's fine. But there are credit card fees involved with credit cards, where if you're paying direct from the bank, you're skipping all of those fees. So I have a big account, Noble Records, which everybody knows, who was paying by credit card like a few years ago. I'm just a loser, and I sit there and I do math a lot. So I had called him and I was like, listen, I'll be honest, annually, I think you spend like $2,000 on credit card fees. You'd be saving like $2,000 a year if you switched to ACH. And he did, and he's much happier now. So I think just
for everyone's favorite rep.
Just
Truly,
you know,
truly.
talk to your rep about it, but make sure it's in advance, and make sure you have all your ducks in a row, and we're happy to help any way we can.
Yeah.
Just be transparent with your questions. We don't, I think questions are stupid, but there's no stupid questions. I'd rather answer them than get the stupid question 6 months from now.
So like, what is a stupid question though? Because you definitely get them.
Oh, so many. But I mean, everyone has their own worries, and there are big stores and there are small stores, and everyone comes across problems in their own way. I think the biggest thing is just getting ahead of it. Just if you have a question, if you're sitting there scratching your head, ask it.
Yeah, you got your girl. She'll help you.
Yeah.
And I mean, all of our
low
reps,
subscription price of TVD.
right. $2.99. No, just
I love it.
All of our reps came from stores. Like we've all worked at stores. And labeled.
Which is great. I mean, that kind of knowledge is invaluable when I mean, you're a baby record store and you're just like, I don't know how to do all of these things. There's math, there's buying, there's selling.
Yeah.
There's all of those things. And then you add record store day on top of it.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, I don't make commission. I don't care what you spend.
Even though I wish you did.
It doesn't matter to me. I just want to make sure your store is happy. So we're all thinking about it from your point of view because we were there once.
And as those people that were there once, if there is someone that is just deciding like, oh yeah, records are cool, maybe I should start a collection. What would be like, if you had to go all the way back and start your collection, what would be like your hot tips to be like, okay, here's what you do to set yourself up for success to be a collector? Like not getting the turntable, because like, I mean, let's give them that attaboy that they've got a nice turntable in the setup already. But what are your tips about collecting in general?
Well, I guess this doesn't go with reissues, but check condition. Don't just go out and start buying your favorite titles off the cover. Condition matters. I know that hurts your feelings, Robin, but
hey, no, it doesn't. I mean, just because I don't organize my records doesn't mean I don't care about them.
I like beater copies too, babe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I think my first like few months of buying, I really wasn't. I was like, oh, this is a great record. And I would just buy it. I'd take it home and be like, this is unplayable.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're buying something in decent enough condition. So where you're not replacing copies years down the line. Like I could have bought this in better shape and now I'm just sitting on this beater copy. That's my number one tip.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was very guilty of that. I think that was like the worst decisions I had made my first few months of collecting was just like buying everything I thought was cool and not checking it.
But I mean, you don't know what you don't know at a point, and that's kind of good too. Like to have a beater copy to be like, oh, okay, so it could sound better.
Yeah.
And maybe you didn't, you spent like $2 on it. So then you're just like, oh, well, that one doesn't sound great, but maybe it could sound better because I don't like whatever that noise is.
Yeah.
Maybe that spawns a journey of someone that will eventually work in a QA department.
Well, I run record shows, and I'm not saying don't buy your records at record shows. But the best people to talk to is people at your local shops. They know the records that they've cleaned and priced and put out. Ask them. There's nothing wrong with saying like, I don't really know how to check condition. Yeah. Is this in good shape? Is this worth buying? Why is this one $15? Why is this one $35? Those are all valid questions.
Totally.
That a store owner or employee would be happy to answer. So
as long as they're not an a-hole store.
Right. Which you'll come across. But again, if you become a regular, there is some sort of trust built in and some sort of respect there where they won't deliberately try to screw you over.
Totally. I mean, let's talk about the Vinyl Revolution show, shall we?
Yeah. Oh, it's March 30th, so this might be coming out after. But this is our biggest show of the year. It's about 80 tables. And we have more vendors than we've ever had. So even though it's 80 tables, it doesn't mean there's always 80 vendors. Some vendors have 2 or 3 tables. We have a lot of first-time vendors and a lot of like local record stores that don't always participate. So we have 4 local stores participating and a lot of new vendors that are selling personal collections, which is actually really exciting. So it's probably close to 60 vendors total.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, WFMU, which is like the biggest New York show, is about 200 tables. But they're not always all filled. A lot of the guys that like come from out of the country will buy a table, just they have a place to like store their stuff. I don't
while they go buy from everybody else.
Yeah, and get in, with the vendors for early admission. And I mean, it's a good way to beat the system, but I hate going into a show and then just like seeing empty tables everywhere. Like this isn't a 200 table show if there's 150 tables taken and every other table's empty.
Right.
It's a great place to put my city maps and my stickers out, which I did at WFMU this year, but we like to fill the venue. So
yeah. And the venue again is
the Field House at St. Paul's, which is this huge old it used to be an old school, but it's like this Gothic brick building. It's so sick.
Awesome.
And it's very central on Long Island. It's in Garden City.
Great.
And will there be another show this year?
We are working on an Astoria show. We do the same venue every time. It's Bohemian Hall and Beer Garden. And we get a lot of people for that show. It's a smaller show. It's like 55 to 60 tables. But the plus is that there's beer and pierogies. So
I love a pierogi.
Oh God, I love pierogies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, how does she keep it all balanced? Is the question. Truly.
I don't. That's
the answer that we're all here for, though, because we're all that. We are all that.
I sleep 4 hours a night and I cry the rest, and then I get up and I do it again.
Perfect.
Well, and is there anything else with Record Store Day or the Vinyl Revolution record show you wanted to talk about? Because I know that you also wanted to talk about the women in vinyl community.
I really do.
So, anything else before we go on to that?
No, thank you to everyone who supports my record show. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. Come down. If I know you, I'm a softie. That's why they don't put me at the admission table because I'd let you all in for free. Um, so yeah, come down March 30th. Happy to have you. And for Record Store Day, if you have any questions, I don't care if you're my account. I don't care if you're this guy's account. I don't care if you don't even order from AMS and you order from Alliance. Um, Contact me and I'd be happy to help.
There's a question that has just popped up for me. How many distributors are there?
For Record
How
Store
many
Day, it used to
distributors are
be Ingram, AMS, and Alliance.
Mhm.
Ingram is now dissolved, so it's just us two. It's Alliance and AMS. URP does order Record Store Day stuff from Alliance and AMS, so they will carry it after the fact.
Mhm.
But that's it. It's just the two of us.
How does like Red Eye and stuff fit in to that?
You can get stuff direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have direct accounts, it's easy to order direct at a small break, but it's really kind of all the same price.
Okay.
Cool.
I was getting a little bit confused with like the numerous lists that would come to the store when I was there. I was just like, who are these people and what is this now? And what this purchase list, like this comes on both of these lists. Like what?
Yeah. It is, I mean, that's my number one tip is just check pricing.
Yeah.
Alliance has a lot of like amped exclusives and stuff like
Mhm.
that. A lot of the time they are going to be cheaper from Alliance. And I tend to be very hands-on with my accounts. So I'll like go in and do the order with you.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
If something's cheaper at my competitor, I'm going to be the first person to tell you, order it from there.
Totally.
But AMS actually on this side this year seems to be even cheaper with some of the Alliance exclusives than Alliance. So my tip is to have both sheets, but we'll send it in a spreadsheet. I know a lot of people do it online. Double check the pricing on both ends. And I'm not saying put all your eggs in one basket. It's best to just like, even if it's the higher price, do 6 and 4 and put your lower quantities on someone who's a little more expensive, but just to make sure that you get what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of your eggs in one basket.
Don't do that.
Love it.
So, as a member of the Women in Vinyl community, even though you're not technically on the board anymore, you're obviously family. So, you wanted to talk about some of our new board crew.
I kind of want to ask you questions about everyone. I was just very excited to see that Piper was on the board as community involvement because I absolutely just like loved meeting her. She was just so much fun. Jen, Emily, like they're all just great people. And I just kind of wanted you to give like a little introduction to the listeners out there about what they're all about. So can we start with Jen Keenan?
Yeah, I mean, Jen runs the Queen Bee Vinyl Cafe and store in Arizona, in Jerome, where her and her husband Maynard are taking over that city pretty much in a really cool way. We got to go out there last year for the vineyard opening and thrilled to have her. She's a huge part of the community and she's going to be great. So
I loved meeting her in New Orleans. Her whole staff are just so fun to hang out with. We all went to Sisters in Christ and shopped together and hung out together. And
yeah,
it just seems like she runs such a cool establishment and she keeps expanding. It's just cool to see her part of the board.
Yeah. Who's next?
Emily Ravita. So what I love about her is that she just didn't think that she was capable of being on, but she's like, I don't know. I'm so new and I'm just trying to get my feet wet. I'm like, girl, you're in. I mean, you're part of the whole thing.
Yeah, you're literally doing it.
Yeah, physically do right now.
Yeah.
So Monster Music is in Charleston, South Carolina, right?
Mhm.
Um, what
Fun
does she do there?
Fun fact about Emily as well is fairly early on, we got a really sweet letter to Women in Vinyl. When we didn't even have a board, it was just kind of the four executive peeps like Robin, me, Ray, Amanda, and Jet. And she was like expressing how important she thought this was and how like big of a deal it was for the community. And it was so sweet. And it made us all just like, oh my God, like reinvigorated. And this is like why we're doing it.
Yeah.
And so full circle moment when board applications opened and she was like, should I do it? Should I not? And we were like, hell yeah.
Do it. Join us, please. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I remember when we got that letter and I was like,
Yeah, she's so sweet. And
Yeah.
she doesn't understand how important she is herself, which is
Yeah.
And their
very
store
modest.
account is really fun to just like watch too. They put a lot of thought and feels and stuff into the things that they do, and it's just like looks like a really fun store to just hang out at and be.
Yeah, her and
around.
Galen they're
Mhm.
just great employees and they really know what they're doing and they really care about their customers,
Yeah.
which is, 100% of the battle. My last inquiry was Raquel because I've never met her. I don't know much about her.
We met her really through the application process. She
Mhm.
is a DJ here in Austin and
Okay.
going to be exciting to have someone sort of boots on the ground with me here for events or anything that we do, kind of help, have some support. This year, thankfully, we're not doing a huge South by thing. But, for instances like that, it's nice to have someone else here. And she really brought some great connections. And I think, with her and Robin both, their event planning type skills, like maybe we can actually get this meetup off the ground. So
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Well, then my last shout out would be Riley because Riley is adorable and I love her so much.
oh my God.
And her dad owns Clarizio Music Center, who is one of my accounts, one of my favorite accounts,
Awesome.
right here in good old Jersey.
So Robin,
Happy to have her.
Robin can attest to this, but anybody that knows me knows I am a bit of a control freak, OCD
I
person.
would say a freak. I would say that you have an awareness of the important work that you're doing and that we're all trying to do, and you want to do it in a meaningful way. And you don't want that to get diluted. And it's hard when you're doing something that you hold so close. Oh my God, am I getting emotional? Oh, you hold so close that, it's like you're asking people to join you on this like weird journey and do it right. And I mean, sometimes it's hard to be like, but are they going to do it right? We've all been let down by so many people before that it's hard to be like, can you just do this one thing? Because sometimes when you ask someone to do that one thing, they fucking don't do it.
Mhm.
And then you're like, now I got to do the dumb thing again. Like so you've got to do the dumb thing. And I mean, it just like puts you backwards by like having to, circle back and do it yourself all over again. So
bad at asking for help. And it's like, so I think that she's been sort of helping a little bit here and there. Over the past year, a little bit, like she does some stuff, but this year I have officially given her access to our email and she has access to our social media.
So now you have two people that check that email. Not just one, but two.
And she's doing a lot of the outreach for me. So a lot of our feature requests that we do literally every Saturday and setting up this podcast. In the past, like I've been doing all of that outreach, all of that follow up, and it just became to be where I couldn't take on some of the big initiatives. And I think something we learned from our last board term was that I needed to give some of that away so that I could focus on some of the bigger things. And so she's amazing. Like she's been so helpful. She helped set this up and we all know each other.
Yeah. I got the email. I'm like, oh wait, this is Riley. That's awesome. I was just so excited. So it's really great to see her involved because she's definitely going to be an asset.
Yeah.
You got a good crew. You got a good crew for the next 2 years. Very happy for you.
Yeah, we have heavy hitter Heath.
Sweet Heath,
So,
my bro.
yeah.
I love that dude so much. It hurts. I like, there's sometimes I'm just like, I wish I could just like be in Cleveland. Cause I
Do
mean,
you?
we would make the best barbecue of all time. And I mean, not for nothing, but I think we would make some pretty fucking cool records also.
Yeah, totally.
So,
And like,
yeah.
I mean, with Robin and him, like innovation in this space, like that's huge. I think, and part of what we need. So I think he's going to be a great advisor. And then Piper's doing all the things. I mean,
Always.
Love that girl.
so yeah, I mean, I think her experience too on various other boards and pressing and cutting and all of the things is going to be a huge help as well.
Totally.
And then we have Crystal, who's a mastering and cutting engineer. So super excited. She's our one overseas gal this year in the UK. And Christy Coyle.
Yeah.
Christy Coyle's at Red Eye. She's going to really help our job board. It's going to be amazing.
That's great.
I'm just like,
yeah, and I mean, and if anybody is listening out there that has a job adjacent to the record store or the record pressing plant or anything along the manufacturing chain, please let us know. We want to help you get a person in that job.
Yeah, and we have the audience. It's
We
like,
do.
Yeah.
So many enthusiasts globally. Help us to help you, to help
So I think
everyone.
the only one we haven't mentioned is Rachel, right?
Yeah, Rachel Gardner, musicology, musician as well, doing a lot for her local community. Before we were even officially like set up with everybody in their new roles, she reached out for something she was hosting, got some sticker stuff. So
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
awesome. Yeah, really excited.
So great.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's not for nothing, but like the last sport that we had was like full of dynamic individuals and humans too that had, crazy CVs as well. We've been very blessed to just kind of rotate in the circles that we're rotating in. And I mean, I love that we're just like expanding the network a little bit more, and it just because it's done doesn't mean it's over. We still
right, baby.
want you to, do all the things. It's not like, we're like, bye, Amanda. It's
You couldn't if you wanted to.
no, I would never. I mean, and that's the whole point, right? Is like you need to kind of renew and rejuvenate those positions to just like expand that network. It's just like growing a plant, the leaves get bigger and longer and whatever when you're doing it right. And that's kind of the thing. We would need to infiltrate all of these different cities and countries in these meaningful ways. And the only way to do that is to expand the network, get more people involved, spread the message, eventually have, maybe regional situations for people that they can have like meetups or scavenger hunts or something where it's, a little bit more involved too, because that's my vision. But
yeah. And I mean, to Robin's point, it's really overwhelming and like exciting. I mean, to see these people like apply every year and the caliber of people that are applying is really exciting. And that's why sometimes it takes us a while to get through it, because we're just like, wow,
what? You want to hang out with us? What?
That's so cool. And now, with this previous board transitioning over, we've officially created the volunteer form. So if we are able to start having these meetups or events or things like that, you know, we could call on people to participate and help host and
Yep.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was off the board, I was like, well, who am I now? And then I had to change my business card from board member, and I was like, no, I'm just literally dubbing myself street team. I don't care who invited me. I'm just gonna be street team. So on my business card, it does say street team.
Well,
I love it.
and we have something, exciting that we've been working on, that you've helped sort of spearhead, for not only the maps, that people need to check out, but also some potential record store buy-in stuff for safe spaces. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I'll be hitting you back up on that here soon.
And that all just kind of came out of the 5-year anniversary meetup that we had. We were just like, oh, let's just do a little map of Chicago. And then the record store crawls happened, and like, okay, we'll just do Austin and Seattle and New York City, and we'll just keep going. And now that's the next year of my life, is making city record store guides, and I'm very happy about it. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, people seem to love them. And the custom maps on my site have been crazy. So
Again, that should be behind a paywall.
I love getting submissions like that. Like, oh, I'm from so and so this town, and I'll ask you like if you're flying or if you're driving, so that I don't give you things on the way if you're flying. And I'll make you a custom map based just on what you buy or what you're usually shopping for, whether it's CDs or cassettes. Doesn't even matter if it's specifically LPs, new, used, jazz, rock. That way you're not going to all these different shops that aren't going to necessarily have what you want.
I mean,
oh my God, please charge for this. Jesus Christ. It is a concierge service, like tailor-made for a record
I'm building you a map, babe.
Exactly. And you should get paid for that, girl. Come on.
I know.
Seriously, it's like it's like a whole side business that is just like sitting there and giving away all this like work for free, girl.
I just like the idea of like you going to a store you wouldn't necessarily get to.
Yeah,
exactly. And I mean, for a nominal fee of like $3.
Yeah.
You should have that experience. You absolutely should. Oh my God.
Buy coffee while you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just like, or,
I'm pregnant. I can only have one coffee a day now. So
I was going to say delicious folic acid. Like, it's, get that natal tube development. I mean, please.
Vitamins, it's really hard for
are
me
not cheap.
They aren't.
I know.
Not even when they're subscribed to you.
Yeah. So please.
My prescriptions are expensive.
Yes. So let us please get you this money, girl. Let us help you get this bank. My God.
For now, the custom maps are free. Okay. So if you want to give me $2.99, you can Venmo me.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have Venmo.
It's on my link tree.
But like, get a PayPal or something and we can sort it out. But I would love to shill for you. My God.
Well, since we
and the peanut, I'm here for you.
In here. It's brewing.
Since we are almost at our time, this is the third time. Get to ask you our special question.
Round 3.
So
I feel like we should make a supercut. We need to go back in the archives and be like, all right.
So what is it this time? 7-inch.
Oh boy.
B-side.
See, I wasn't actually prepared for this. I thought maybe the question would change.
Oh no.
Why would it? It's so good. I put so much thought into it. Yeah. And it stumped so many people. It's my favorite.
Like I told you, I made notes. I made notes for the whole episode. This was one thing I really didn't think about at all.
Surprise.
Ay. Okay. All right. Let me just peek. We're just gonna peek.
For those of you that can't see the wall of records that Amanda Schutzman is looking at.
For all of those still listening and not
also that.
So my first one was like AC/DC and Nat King Cole, I think, or something ridiculous like that.
I think that was something like that.
That's familiar.
We're gonna have to go like as outlandish. So maybe side A, Bad Brains, How Low Can a Punk Get?
Oh, now we're talking.
B-side, Michael Jackson, PYT.
Oh. this is why we're friends, though. You know what I mean? Like you just
out here doing it, babe.
fundamentally get each other on so many levels. I love it so much.
It'll be Soul Decision next time. So,
hey, there's got to be some kind of a Canadian connection. Truly, I mean, if I ever find that on,
you don't have that? I'll ship it to you.
Of course,
I have it.
I have a 7-inch that I need to send you actually. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I got that single. I found it. I got it online from, man, where was it? Like the Netherlands? I got it for like $1.
Incredible.
I mean, I paid $25 shipping, but it was $1.
Yeah. Right. I mean, sometimes the shipping is okay. I just got a Tananaka record from Japan. It was like the original 1977 release. Because I mean, that's what Discogs for me is for.
Yes.
Where it's like, I am missing this thing in my life. And it's like original Obi strip, like all the things. And I was like, help, take my money. Shut up. Like, it was here from Japan in 3 days, yo.
Yeah.
How can you complain?
You really can't. And I mean, he might not even understand me. So that would be the best. I just say it with a smile and everybody thinks that you're saying the right, like nice things. And you're like, great. Love it. All right. Well, I guess we got to go.
Thank you, lovelies, for having me.
It was so.
I'll invite myself back on for episode 90.
Yeah. There you go.
Great.
Yeah.
Be back every 30 episodes. I'm just gonna keep coming back.
It's great.
Like nothing you can do about it. Just a disease.
Nor would we want to. Don't no.
You can bring the tiniest ally in vinyl.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll have him choose the 7-inch.
There you go.
Start him young. Here we go. I mean, your family. We love you the most. Go to wearesmelly.com.
Yes, please.
And while it's not behind a paywall, and pillage all of the resources there. Hit our girl up if you have questions. She has answers.
People.
She has all the answers.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit up womeninvinyl.com. Go to the Patreon. Give us some of your money too. That would be great. We're doing some cool things this year.
I do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even Amanda Schutzman gives us money for the Patreon.
I should update my subscription.
Yes, the best. All right. Well, this is coming out after Record Store Day, but we hope that you had a great one.
Yes, sir.
Whatever part of the world you were in. Probably have videos from Japan and England and New York, New Jersey, somewhere in the States.
Yeah.
Great.
Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Hit us down below in the comments and let us know the Record Store Day titles that you're after.
Yeah.
Or that you got.
Yes.
Let us know what you were feeling. Did you get the Oasis box set? How do you feel about it? Tell me all the things I want to know.
Don't flip it.
Don't you dare. Unless it's just the A side and the B side. Hey.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
This episode has been brought to you by Women in Vinyl and Red Spade Records. Thank you for listening. Please remember to subscribe, and you can always contact us directly by visiting www.womeninvinyl.com.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No